I just want my body to just do what it needs to do on its own. I completely trust it. I believe that it has everything in it that it needs to make me feel the best, and I want to give it that opportunity. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is 𝙨𝙗𝙗𝙧𝙞𝙗 and I make videos every week that document my self-growth journey. So if that's something, oh my god, it's always so hard to spit that all out. But anyway, if that is something that you resonate with, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. It is the best way to support me. And if you're a returning subscriber, if you've been watching my videos and you like what I'm doing, click the thumbs up or leave a comment, because that increases my engagement levels and just helps me out a lot. It helps me do more of what I love doing, which is making videos for you. So anyway, got that out of the way. Today's video is going to be introducing a topic that I have not talked about ever on my channel before, and that is about birth control, specifically hormonal birth control. I have been on the birth control pill, the combination pill, for almost 5 years now. I started when I was in first year, and I have recently made the decision to stop taking it. And it's definitely not because I'm ready to have a baby, not at all. That is the last thing I want in my life right now, because I just have so many other things to do. But the main reason, if I try to sum it all up in one sentence, is that it just doesn't feel right for me. I have this intuitive feeling that something is wrong, something needs to be changed. And so I am really just listening to that. I'm curious to see why I feel that way, and I am willing to explore. Just a disclaimer before I continue. A lot of people who are on birth control pills, specifically hormonal birth control, they are on it for their own specific reasons. The reason I went on it was just to prevent pregnancy, that's it. I wasn't using it to deal with anything else. Whereas some women, they have health issues that the birth control pill or any other hormonal birth control really helps with. And for example, if you are someone who has really, really, really painful periods to the point where you literally cannot function normally, then what I'm talking about may not be necessarily for you, because for you, you may need that extra external help to get you feeling the way that you want to be feeling. You know what I mean? This series that I'm starting, it's literally just to document my journey and to help the people who feel similar to me, who aren't on the birth control pill because they have any underlying health conditions. They are only on it because they feel like it's the only way that they can prevent pregnancies. This is weird, again, scary, similar to my provocative clothing video. I feel scared to talk about this because, oh my gosh, sex. Oh my god, can you believe it? I'm having sex. But yeah, when I started being sexually active, I knew for one thing that I wasn't trying to have a baby. And I'm sure a lot of you relate to that as well. And when I was looking into birth control options, the pill was the thing that kept popping up. And most of the women I knew were taking it. It was so normal. It was just a thing to do. And so I did it. But as soon as I started it, I felt like something wasn't right. I just felt it. I felt like something was different. I felt different. But because the side effects weren't very obvious, they were very subtle, I ignored it. And the thing is, when you start taking birth control pills, they tell you that you might have side effects that might last a couple months. And these side effects can include nausea, headaches, spotting, mood changes, lower sex drive, things like that. And so you kind of go into it completely expecting to deal with all this shit. That was my experience as well. I was like, okay, well, this is a really good way to prevent pregnancy, so I'm just gonna suck it up and do it. Whenever I tried to express the way that I felt with other people, I always felt kind of dismissed by them, because it's just a thing, if you're on birth control pills, you should expect side effects. That's just how it is. Just deal with it and move on. If you don't want to do it, use condoms, etc., whatever. But anyway, I have been on it for the past 5 years. I've always felt like something was wrong. I don't have any like huge side effects, but one thing that I do notice is I think it's affected my moods a lot more than I feel like it has. And secondly, my sex drive. Like, I am so unhappy with my sex drive right now because it is so low, and I've been trying to figure out for the past couple of months why. Like, why do I feel like this? And part of my upbringing, like, it was so sex negative, and I'm sure that has introduced a lot of blocks for me. But also, I'm very curious to see how these extra hormones that I'm adding to my body are affecting me. So if you don't know how birth control pills work, especially the combination pill, which is the one I'm on, it includes artificial versions of the hormones progestin and estrogen. And these two hormones are already in your body. The way that your menstrual cycle works, it, like, depending on where you are in your cycle, these hormone levels in your body fluctuate. They go up and down. And these fluctuations are what signals to your body when to, for example, release an egg, like when to start the period, things like that, you know? To prevent pregnancy, what these pills do is they increase the levels of these hormones in your body to kind of stabilize it at one level, so it doesn't let your ovaries release an egg. And therefore, because there's no egg that is waiting in your uterus, there is no way for a sperm to fertilize it. I'm not an expert on hormones. Like, the last time I did biology was like 4 years ago. But what I do know is that hormones affect all parts of your body, including things that are going on in your brain, the way that your mind works. And to me, I just find it very uncomfortable to think about what are the possible effects that these extra hormones are having on my body. And also, what am I really like? Like, when I was younger, when I wasn't on the pill, I wasn't a very reflective person. I just didn't really think about myself. When I think back to that time, I just feel like I was a complete robot. Honestly, like, I just never analyzed myself. I never reflected on anything. And I only really started focusing in on my personal growth when I was in first year. And that was after I started taking birth control. So for me, I'm like, what if I'm a completely different person? Like, what if all of these moods that I have, these depressive episodes, I'm sure it's based on the situation that I'm in, but how is this pill affecting it? You know, what am I like normally in a natural state? I don't know. And I'm really curious to find out. I don't want to be on this pill anymore. I feel uncomfortable with it. It's not that I ever had a problem taking it or anything. I've always been so good with it. I just don't want it in my body. You know, I don't want it. I just want to deal with it as I'm supposed to, not with extra intervention, because I don't have anything that I need the pill for other than controlling pregnancy. And I have realized now that there are a multitude of other ways that are non-hormonal that you can control pregnancy, and I would love to explore those, you know? And what triggered this really recently was I'm in this self-development course with this life coach named Adriana. Amazing course, amazing course. I will leave her Instagram somewhere. She's a beautiful person. This course is honestly a godsend, but that's not the point of this video. But recently, she brought in a guest speaker, Gabby Francis, who I will also leave in the description, and she spoke to us about the female menstrual cycle. She brought up this like perspective of the menstrual cycle that I resonated with so deeply, but I had never even heard before. I'm gonna do a really bad job trying to explain this, so I will leave like a article in the description to kind of give you a better overview of it. But just to summarize, so menstrual cycle is not just your period, it's the whole month. So you're always in some stage of your menstrual cycle. And what Gabby taught me was that depending on what stage you are in your menstrual cycle, your energy levels are different because of the chemical fluctuations going on in your body. And because your energy levels are different, you feel different things depending on where you are. So you are likely going to feel different when you are on your period. You're going to feel different the week before your period. This people understand because PMS symptoms. You're going to feel different like 2 weeks after your period. And the way that they organize it, the concept that they use is like, it's like seasons, similar to the seasons that nature goes through. So there's a winter period, an autumn period, a spring period, and a summer period. And each of these seasons that you go through, they bring up different feelings, they bring up different moods. And I think the message that she was really trying to portray in that call was that sometimes you feel things and it's not your fault. Like, it doesn't really necessarily have anything to do with what's going on in your life. It's to do with all the shit that's going on in your body, the levels of different chemicals moving around. And it's normal to feel like you don't want to talk to anyone when you're on your period. It's like all this stuff is something that I understood at a deep level because I've experienced it myself. Like, I noticed that I go through these cycles. Like, some weeks of the month I'm feeling so positive and productive and energetic, and I just want to talk to everyone and just share everything. And there's other weeks where I'm just like completely want to be to myself, don't want to communicate with anyone. And I have noticed this to be a repetitive pattern. Like, this call, it just put everything into perspective for me, and it just validated all of this stuff, and it helped me like put it into a structure. And it's just, I'm so excited to move forward because it has changed the way that I feel about my feelings, and the changes the way that I look about my day-to-day life. It's insane. And anyway, one thing she mentioned was that when you are on a hormonal contraceptive, it really numbs you to a lot of the symptoms of these cycles, and it just numbs the feelings. And I totally get that. What I really love about myself is that I feel a lot. I feel everything so deeply, whether that's pain or whether that's joy. It's just, I feel it to the fullest. And now I'm wondering, is it possible to get even more in tune with my feelings? Like, if I get off my birth control, does that mean I will feel more aligned? Like, it's just so exciting. I don't know, like, I'm so excited to try it. But yeah, anyway, my plan going forward is I am going to be making videos every week. Like, it's gonna be on top of my other weekly videos. And I'm just going to kind of tell you about what's happening to me now that I've come off this pill, because being on the pill has changed my body a lot, I'm sure. And to come off of it, there's gonna be a lot of changes, and I am very curious to document them. And especially for you guys, if any of you are also have felt the same way that I have felt about hormonal birth control, it'll kind of give you some insight into what the process is like when you do get off, and like how you can control pregnancy in other natural ways. So just touching on that, I have downloaded this app called Natural Cycles, and it's basically a way of monitoring your cycle so that you know the days that you are likely to get pregnant. I will definitely talk about it more in a follow-up video, but yeah, I'm fully so excited to manage my pregnancy, prevent my pregnancy. No, I don't have a pregnancy. Prevent my pregnancy by using natural methods, using scientific methods that don't require adding extra chemicals and extra foreign things into my body. Like, I just want my body to just do what it needs to do on its own. I completely trust it. I believe that it has everything in it that it needs to make me feel the best, and I want to give it that opportunity. So I'm really excited. I had a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about in this video. At this point, I have no idea if I actually covered all of that stuff, but who knows? If I have anything to add, I will add it in editing. Thank you for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am. If you relate to this, if you are excited, please let me know in the comments. Let's build a community of support around this whole thing. It's my favorite part of this YouTube channel stuff, just being able to connect with you guys who are feeling the same stuff that I'm feeling. And yeah, okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. I love you. Mwah!